Welcome to a new day in Empyrion Galactic Survival. Now, the reason I'm hovering 1 kilometer away from my base is the fact that I'm pretty sure there will be a base attack when I return. And when I got to this point after going out and exploring the planet, there wasn't much left on the day. So what I've actually done is landed here and slept. Now, if any of you guys follow the series, you'll be aware that my SV has lost its wings, and the reason for that is that when I came in to land here, I hooked a rock and effectively rolled down this bank and ended up upside down in this water here. And despite using Shift O, Control O to try and flip the ship over, the ship refused to even budge. So I think that's because it was overloaded. And I was starting to think that I would have to swim to the base, get the hover vehicle, come back and effectively take all the cargo out of the SV to flip it. But what I did in the end is I took the wings off, and then with a bit of constant juddering, I managed to finally get the ship up the right way. And what I did do in the process, though, is I nearly drowned myself as well. Anyway, I'm talking too much and I want to go this way. And I must admit, I'm a little bit worried about this base attack, although we should be able to defend against it. I want to get back here almost immediately. And I'm a little bit kind of leery about flying over water after my recent experience. But we're going to go into here. I really think I need to rebuild this SV. And what I'm going to do is come in. I want to leave the ship on this side because in theory the attacks should come from that direction. So what I want is the base to provide the defences. I want to get over the land because this is the type of thing I was doing. You can see because the weight of the ship, I'm really pressing hard on the spacebar at the moment, and it took a lot to break the mass of all the cargo I've got on board at the moment. So I'm just going to get in here and just going to land. I'm going to leave the thrusters on. Wow. Okay, I need to put some fuel in here as well. That was nearly a mistake. I was about to say I need to check the fuel. And the other thing I want to do is get in here. And what I want to do is turn the power on in here. And the other thing I also want to do is check the power at my base. Okay, I'm out of fuel in my base. That is not good. That is not good at all. And that means great. What's the betting that my... Yeah, look at that. I spoiled all the food. It's probably because of all the guns that there's not enough solar capacity. But then, if I'm going to be completely honest, guys, I'm not happy with this base. And I'd like to say a big thank you for all your comments and feedback, suggestions on base defenses and base locations. I was really interested in what you were saying about the fact that if you're on top of a mountain, that the Xerax hackers can get close. And I'm rabbiting on. I don't even know when the base attack's going to be. Right, it says the base attack can be now. Thank you, game. So we're going to have to wait around a little bit. I'm going to leave the fuel supply on the nightshade going because as soon as the attack's announced, I'm going to go into the nightshade and use it as an aerial defense. Plus, I want to actually see what the base attack's going to be. I think while we're waiting, what I can do is put this in here. I'll sort the mess out with the food later on. I've got a feeling I'm just going to keep a lot of my food with me as I go. Now, the large constructor is active. That might have added partly to my problem with the base fuel. What I should be able to do now is make an EVA boost. I want to make that while we're waiting. And I have to admit, I've got to rebuild this ship. And I've got to a point where I've got a bit of a choice, actually. Do I spend time rebuilding the SV, going up into space? Or, more importantly, do I move my base? Because I'm not happy with this at all. There's no resources around here. It's a good base location, but from a strategic point of view, but at the same time, it's absolutely useless from a resource perspective. So what I'm thinking is that to move down to this area. I may not build on the mountaintop because that of what you guys have suggested and commented, but I think being here would be a lot more better because I've got my auto miners here. I've got an auto miner here, and there's another one over there. So I'd have 2 auto miners for Promethium, and I've got loads of resources around here. We're friends with the Talon, so we should be able to get in and mine these resources if I need it. If we make friends with the Polaris here, we have access to even more Promethium. Plus we can come down here. We've got a supply station there, a listening post there, so we can kind of beat up the local Xerax as well. So that's where I want to go. Now the problem's going to be how to get to that base. The base attack is... I'm sounding nervous, guys. It's because I am nervous. It doesn't feel right. I was expecting... The fact it says the base attack is now, I'm kind of expecting, was that just that there's like a click cycle of the probability? Trouble is, if I start doing something, I mean, I'd like to start work on my SV, but I don't really want to start taking it apart where there's a risk of a base. I know, I'll tempt fate, I'll switch the thrusters off. That's bound to trigger a base attack. Well, I suppose by now we should have the EVA boosters. What I want to do is put that onto my suit straight away. Actually, statistically, how much damage did I take? They were down to 1,000. Here. Just going to put that on straight away. You can see the temperature range now. That's one of the reason it's the minus 230 is why you actually need the EVA boost to get up into space. I suppose I could put those wings in here as well. I don't need to carry them around a bit. I could start transferring some resources into the base. Yeah, let's just do a bit of housekeeping while we're waiting for that base attack to come in. I think we can put some of this stuff into here. Anything else? Now I'm going to have to take this SV. So what I could do is start the process of transferring stuff from the Nightshade into the base. The trouble is, we're going to win the base attack. I've got absolute total confidence. Let's just start putting stuff out of here. Put that up, the ammunition up there. Take half the fuel. I think the rest of the fuel I'm going to leave for the moment. Cargo box 1. Let's get this just put this in here. I think we're going to put some of that Promethium into the hover vehicle again. In fact, I'm going to put quite a lot into the hover vehicle. So we're going to need to operate out and about to build the new base. So that's done. Let's shape B. Cargo box 1. Put that there. And just going to leave that there for the moment. Right, we've got the fridge. I think we're going to put that. I don't trust the base. So I think we're going to put, what's the fridge here? What we're going to do is transfer most of this gold coins. That could probably go in the base. We'll keep the credit cards. Just put that into here. And probably a little bit of stone could be useful. And maybe we'll take some of these as well. The rest of this can go in the base. Come on, attack me. Do something. You're just making me nervous, game. I think we'll put the gold coins in here as well. suppose I could stack this actually. The quickest way to do this would be to do this, doesn't it? Then just put this back in here. And I'm going to put the alien thorn in as well. A little bit of water and put that in. Dump that down there, dump that down there, leave that there. And that should be okay. Need some food, might as well have something to eat while we're at it, while we're waiting. And kind of be making ingots in here. That's what I could do. Sorry, this is turning into a little bit of a housekeeping routine, guys, but I just don't really want to. Well, I can't take the small vessel apart and work on it. And then we've got a little bit. That's the only ore. We've got some silicon ore there as well. We've got a little bit of iron ore. That's what I've been effectively doing, is shoving that in there. Whole load of them, not even bothering to count. Right, let's try and save some power by turning the large constructor off. I want to check the. Where's the solar panel? Yeah, so we're not really charging the battery. It says there's only 7 minutes 46 left. So again, it's almost like I've got a fuel problem here as well. But, I mean, that's full up. So we probably actually need an extra fuel tank in here. See if we got the space. Yeah, I've got the space in here. Make another base fuel tank while we're at it. Small constructor was. Must admit, I actually prefer the old, what we call it. Oh, here they come. Let's get in. Right, full defensive mode. Thrusters boost. Now, according to the patch notes, is the attack spawns 600 meters away from the base perimeter. Now, the first attack came from that direction. The second attack came from that direction, and this attack is coming from. Okay. And it looks like this attack is actually coming across the water. Right. They come. This is going to be annoying because they're going to crash in the water. There's 3 drones. And the trouble is those drones are going to crash in the water here and I won't be able to recover them. It's one of the new, this change where you can't see the drones is really annoying. I must admit, I much preferred the old system. Because it means trying to loot these guys is going to be very difficult. And just have to get underwater. Lucky the water's not very deep here. I'll just grab that. Trouble's going to be finding the other ones now. Where before you could just quite literally just look down at the dots and find them. Okay. Right, I can hear the right on the edge of the. That's probably going to be that one, isn't it? It's the one we've already looted. Thank you, game. I think this is another case for having a land base or a mountain base, and another strike against having a island base, because I'm losing valuable loot here. Oh well, that's the way it goes. I'm not going to waste your time, guys, hunting for that. I mean, it'd be nice. It was nice to have, but right now we've got the base attack out of the way. We can switch the focus a little bit more on the vehicle, so we're just going to come back. Oh, not SHO, what am I talking about? The SV. And what I want to do now is I'm just going to come here and there, and we've looted everything, so we can just power everything off. Just want to make sure that we've taken everything out there, because what I'm going to have to do is strip this out so that I can. Right, fridge is empty. You're empty. Oh, we're going to have to take the ammo out as well. Actually, what I can do is put the ammunition in the hover vehicle, because we're probably going to be using the hover. Wow. I mean, it get that now. Quick tip here, guys. That gave the impression that the hover vehicle was out of ammunition, but what you need to remember is that the hover vehicle itself, if I jump in here, you will see that it says I've got the two guns are fully loaded, but what it doesn't tell you is the actual turrets. Now these turrets here, I've got two turrets on the top, and they will also have ammunition in them. So there's like a hidden component in the game. I think what we'll do is just check this. The thrusters off, the power's on. Probably could do with putting a bit more fuel in there so that it doesn't. We'll just top that up. Okay. So what are we going to do with this SV? My instinct is to take it apart, rebuild it, put some extra generators in, and then maybe adjust the carry capacity. Actually, I've just noticed they've got the oxygen there. There's something else I want to look at. Sorry that everything's a bit disjointed, but actually let's have a quick check. Next base attack. Next attack is blank. Attack difficulty 0. Is there a cooldown period? I'm probably going to have to make some promethium cells as well. Check player. Yeah, we got 38. What I want to do is extract the oxygen from here. Thank you, game. Everything's running out. I'm spending too much time running around getting resources, which is another case for doing that. Yeah. I don't think I try and hook this to the base. Will it work? Never tried this before. Yes, it will. Thank you. I want to just pull that out, because if I'm going to go up into space, I'm going to need oxygen. So we're just going to break that. We should be able to do this with the small constructor. And there it is. So we need one steel plate, one water container. I think if I make about 100. Yeah, we've got plenty of water and plenty of steel plates, so we might as well churn out some oxygen. Next thing I want to do is, if I'm going to rebuild this ship, we might as well think about making this into an armoured cockpit. So let's start trying to do this properly. Great. Right, what we're going to have to do is hook this in like that. And, oh great, I need 2 cobalt alloy. There's one thing the upgrade tool doesn't have is the intelligence to make anything. I think I've got the cobalt, so we need 2 of those. I don't have as much cobalt as I'd like. I'm just going to knock those out. And then we... Being a bit of an idiot here, guys. Base 1 there. You drop in there. Back to player. And what we should be able to do. That now upgrades that to an armored cockpit. Let's break that link there. And actually repeat to 5.1. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to strip off the top layer of the ship. I think we're going to take this apart. I need to see what's under here. We'll take the O2 out for the moment. I'm just going to take this top layer of blocks off, just so I can see where the generators are. I definitely need another generator. Sorry about that. That's all. So the generators are currently there. The ammo box is there, which is in an ideal location. Now, well, actually one thing I do need to make. Sorry, everything's a bit piecemeal, guys. Large constructor. I'm not sure if I can make a... Right, we need an SV generator and an SV fuel tank as well. My instinct is to extend the ship back a little bit further so that I can, when I don't really want to alter this parameter. I could move the ammunition box back further on the center line. Okay, let's take out the ammo boxes through here. Yeah, I think this might work. If I take this out and take that out underneath as well. That actually, I think I wouldn't mind putting another RCS in as well. That's an ideal place to put an RCS. And I think what we're going to do is hook out that RCS. And then, where's the RCS gone? Oh, it's got to be in here. There we are. And what we're going to do is drop that RCS into there. And we can make a new RCS that will go there. What I'm going to do now is pick up this area, that up there, constructor. You can rotate that into there like that. Right, that will work. Okay, back to here. By large constructor, I need a new RCS for the SV. Actually, if I actually unlock that, I actually kind of think of it. No, I haven't. How the mobile constructor? Not that I need to unlock this. Railgun would be nice. Passenger seat, land rigger. Unlock that. The reason I'm unlocking this is not so much because I want to build it, is the fact that you can almost guarantee that if I don't unlock it, I will need to rebuild this quickly and I won't be able to do it. It's back to here. Large constructor. Back in here, we should be able to build. I want this an RCS. Oh, come on, game. There we are. An SV RCS. One of those. And then what we should be able to do is get that generator, that fuel tank. I think 2 should be enough. I don't really want to load the ship down too much. If we take out that and retrieve that block there, that block there. I think we're going to take this off the back as well. I'm going to push the ship back a little bit further, or the back of the ship back a little bit further. I'm going to just get some sense of symmetry. I put the generator fuel tank, if we go backwards and forwards like that, that will now give me a lot more fuel, give me another generator which should accommodate the and that should solve the power generation issue. Famous last words. I think we can we should have the RCS should have been built, so we're just going to put that RCS back in. That should bring me up to let me just redo the groups. That'll give me 5 RCSs, 2 fuel tanks, fridge, equipment, detector, weapons. Okay. Now the problem I'm going to have is where to put the ammo box back in, and I'm thinking, okay, let me just, how come I've got 17 containers? Oh, because I took some off the top, didn't I? Right, we've got I think if I put the ammo controller in there, and we can put 1, 2, 3. That should give me enough ammo. And take the thrusters out as well, like that. We got that thruster there, that thruster there. 2 side thrusters. Got to put the O tank back on as well. O2 tank, sorry, not the O tank. So we've got that area there. Got a little bit of resources here, but the problem is I would have to bring these containers out this way to extend the container out that way. Okay. I think we're gonna take off these 2 decor designs as well. Question is, do I want to add more carry capacity to the ship? Let me just put I want to put the O2 tank back. I'm going to put it where I normally like to have it, which is I like to have the O2 tank on the top like that, simply because it means if I stand on the cockpit here when I'm out in space, I can get at it very quickly. We've got some space there. That is there. So if I take the 2 medium thrusters, we put the thrusters back there like that. That will push that back that way like that. That would give me a little bit more space here for the... Now I could come out an extra width with the wings. That actually gives me some more stability. Now put some carbon composite in here just to pad this area. As I did. Yeah, I think that may work. Have I got any carbon composite still blocks? One carbon composite. Thank you, game. That can stay there. I think what I'm going to do is put some, just do a bit more work. I'm going to make some more fuel cells. I think we make about 10 of those. I've got loads of, actually let's make about 20 of those. Yeah, it's starting to rain now. Oh, what was I going to do? It's going to make carbon composite, isn't it? Sorry about this. Or constructor. Yeah, still making oxygen. Okay, that's not good. But what we're going to have to do is bring in the advanced constructor. And what I want is, I want about 10 of these. We can fill that area in. And we can't come back further than there. What I could do to start with is yeah, that's not going to work. Read that. That's the fridge. I've lost the controller. We're going to have to keep that controller there. Now, so what we're going to have to do is, we're certainly going to have to put a few blocks there. And put you back like that. Because I need to connect to these outer blocks, so we need to recreate this effect here. Right, that gets this connected back in. And it means I can now put in the O2 tank. Put the O2 tank there. And it means I can then rotate these in, put 2 more. Like that. We could sneak in another row across here. If I do that, like that, and then we'll put one in this. Aha! It's not going to let me do that, but that's not a problem because that is, we got one left over. Okay. There's the carbon composite box. What I'm going to do is just add this with carbon composites like that. Could I sneak some more? Just kind of half thinking, guys. If I put another line across here, I could get more cargo capacity. The trouble is, will the ship lift it? That's the problem. Now, I think I'm already pushing my luck here. And just have a quick look at the cargo box. Yeah, we've got 3,109 at the moment. Let me just check. Right, that's a container extension there. Let me just put a small one in here. Like that. Does that change the carry capacity? Yes, there's 3,186. I think I'm going to make 3 more cargo containers. We go here and make 1, 2, 3. 3 more of those. And we'll just wait for those to be built. We're going to have to get some protection here. Looks like it's just stopped raining. Thank you, game. Let's just rotate you in there. And in there. I think we can put one more up. Oh, one short. Okay, thank you, game. We need another one. Just another look at the carry capacity. Got 3,297 now. It's still not brilliant. So if I make one more. Just knock out one more just to get this. Just this on here. And what we need is the steel blocks. So we're just going to pop that, take that in like that. And then I think I'm going to take a chance with this. So what we're going to do is come down to about here. But if we get shot from behind, we'll be in trouble. But I want to try and save a little bit of weight. That will come back this way. And we got this area here coming up from behind, below. So if we drop a couple of carbon composite blocks across the back like that, and then some ordinary steel blocks in here. The reason I'm not going any more overboard with carry capacity, it does come down to fuel, but it's all good old stuff putting in lots and lots of carry capacity, but at the end of the day that carry capacity does have a consequence, in the sense that it consumes power, and it is a power to ratio. And what I'm really doing at the moment is putting together a ship that will allow me to move my bases, although we will probably go up into space. I'm just going to drop that in there. So that's partly what I'm thinking, guys, at the moment. And I think we're going to leave that for the moment. And I'm also aware that the time is pushing on. So I think just to finish this off, I'm going to put the wings back on. And I can't remember exactly which wings we had. Actually, 6x5. And getting the wings back on this ship can always be a pain in the neck. So, what does that look like? It can be quite difficult to visualize. I quite like having the wings. No, I suppose tilted down is probably better. So we take that there. Does that fit in? Yeah, that fits with the back of the ship. And what we need to do now is just make this, that. yeah, I think that works. We've now got the ship rebuilt, hopefully from a fuel situation, just as a bit of a test run. What's the fuel? Yeah, we've got 25% fuel. We've gone through a lot. Save the template and put a bit, because of course, so I've got new fuel tanks on. Life is. So what we're going to do is get up, and the thrusters are on. I'm not sure about the boost. Perhaps we'll put the power on. Yeah, you can see the total difference now. What the extra generator and fuel tank is doing now. We're only getting 40% power usage, and of course the important thing with that percentage is not to be misled by the fact that that relates to the ship's carry thrust capacity. What that actually is telling us the amount of power you've got left, not the actual flight time. So for example, at the moment I don't know if I've actually got the mobile constructor on. If I turn the mobile constructor off, and the more devices you've got on board, the more fuel that's being consumed. So sometimes switching off internal appliances will save you some actual consumption. That's actually flying a bit better, and I'm a little bit happier with that now. It's still not perfect, but I think I can live with that in the short term. But based on that, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Probably in the next part, just to do something totally different. So I think maybe it's time we got up into space and checked out what's going on up in space. See what, because we're bound to have a moon. Let me just have a quick look. Does it tell me what we've got? Sometimes it can be a bit sector info. Yeah, it's Carbon moon, so it tells us there is a moon in here. So in the next part, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up and check out the moon, see what the resources are, and at the same time I'm going to be thinking about how I'm going to go about moving my base. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.